What's up guys, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel where we talk about money and mindset as well as my family's own journey to pay off six-figure debt. So today we are going over our annual financial goals. I have a spreadsheet where I track our goals because we aren't just working on one goal at any given time, we're working on multiple goals, and so I needed a way to make sure I could keep track of everything we were doing. Last year we had like a lot of goals. We had, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 different things that we were working towards. This year it's a little bit simpler, but it's still nice to have this spreadsheet to track it all because we have two like main categories of goals. We have an investing goal and then we have a debt payoff goal, and within those there's a couple different breakdowns for different things we're working towards. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. If you like the spreadsheet, you can get it on my Etsy shop. It's an instant download to Google Sheets and it comes with a detailed video tutorial along with me every single month showing you guys how I use it. All right, so let's take a look and see how we did in the month of January 2022. So this is my annual financial goal tracking spreadsheet. Let me pop it open. I just hide certain columns when I'm doing the video because it's easier to read. But yeah, it has every month of the year and you put your income, which is actually broken down between me and my husband, but I hide that for privacy. And then I put what's going to investing, what's going to debt, and then you have to manually enter how much goes to taxes, and the spreadsheet automatically calculates the rest as going to expenses. And so you can see what percent of your money is going to your financial goals. In our case, they are investing and debt payoff, and what percent is going to expenses. All right, so let me hide these columns again, and let's take a look at how January went, and let's take a look at our goals because I did a video talking about what our goals were, but I haven't shown you the spreadsheet this year yet. So it's always fun to start a new year and be looking at the spreadsheet. It's fun to close out the year and it's fun to start a new year. So anyway, let's take a look. So for January, we had total gross pay of $14,539, and our goal for the year is $180,000. So if we accomplished our goal, we would be somewhere around 8%, a little more than 8% for the month, because 1 divided by 12, 1 month out of 12 months of the year would put us at around 8%. $180,000 is definitely a stretch goal for us this year. Last year we broke $200,000, but I quit my full-time job and now I'm doing YouTube full-time. Well, full-time meaning I watch my daughter 9 to 5 during the week and do YouTube as many hours as I can fit in while also being pregnant. So yeah, it's slowly growing and it's going good. It's definitely like tricky working for yourself because you have to decide how much you work, and whether you bring in money is like totally up to you, and sometimes just things don't go how you'd want them to go. So it's going well so far, but 180 is definitely a stretch goal for us. I'm hoping next year we'll be back up over the $200,000 mark for income because that would be really beneficial to our debt payoff process. But yeah, 180, we'll see. We'll see if we can hit it. It depends how some things go, but I'm feeling optimistic. I'd rather set a high goal that we miss than a low goal that we like don't have to push ourselves on. That's just my personality. Different personality types like different types of goal setting. For me, I'd rather push us to hit a goal that's a little bit higher than I think we can attain. I don't find that demotivating. I find that like motivating to keep pushing and see if we can hit it, because I also know in my head that it's a stretch goal, not like necessarily like easy one to hit. So yeah, we are on track for January. January was a bigger income month though. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it as we go throughout the year. I do these updates every single month so you guys can follow along and see how we do. All right, next for investing, we set an investing goal of $25,000 for the year. So for this month, we put $1,576 to my husband's 401k. And if we keep those deductions that way from his paycheck, we will hit $20,500 to his 401k, which is for 2022 the current max for a 401k. So we are aiming to max it out. When I did my goals video, I said we were going to put more like $15,000 to his 401k and then put $6,000 in my Roth IRA. And I don't think we're going to do that anymore. And I can't remember, I don't think I've told you guys about this. Maybe I mentioned it briefly in another video, but I'll just kind of go over it again. So I'm kind of favoring the 401k method of funding retirement right now for really 3 reasons. One is the money automatically comes out of my husband's paycheck, and so I don't have to worry about us accidentally spending it. And so that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, I like the 401k option better right now, is that once the money hits our account, like I don't need to physically move it into the bank account. Like, it doesn't require any extra work on my part. So not only are we not at risk of accidentally not doing it, but I don't have to take the time to like log on to Vanguard and make the transfer and invest the money and all that. So that's less work for me, which right now, while I'm really busy, I like that. And then the third reason I'm preferring the 401k right now is because so a 401k, at least my husband's 401k, is pre-tax money. So we don't get taxed on the money we put into his 401k. The Roth IRA is after-tax money. So we get taxed on that income and then we put it into the, my Roth IRA. So if we put $6,000 more into my husband's 401k and don't put anything into my Roth IRA, that $6,000 we're not getting taxed on until we withdraw it later. And there's different theories on what you should do. It just depends on what you think your tax bracket is going to be when you're actually withdrawing the money out of these accounts. If you think your tax bracket is going to be higher when you retire and you're making withdrawals from these accounts, then it's better to go Roth, because that's money you're getting taxed on now when your tax bracket's lower. And if you think the reverse, if you think your tax bracket is high now and it's going to be lower in retirement, then a pre-tax 401k would be better to fund right now, because when you're paying taxes later on taking that money out, you think your tax bracket is going to be lower. And there's really no way to predict it, but a lot of people tend to favor the Roth IRA option over any pre-tax retirement accounts. That's just kind of like, especially in like the personal finance community online, people are very gung-ho on Roth IRA, and I think that's great. I think Roth IRAs are awesome, and I really look forward to being able to put more money into my Roth IRA one day. But for now, when our budget is kind of tighter, if we want to hit this investing goal of $25,000 and we put into a pre-tax account versus an after-tax account, that means we have more money to work with overall because we're paying less in taxes right now. And so for me, like, I just rather hit that $25,000 goal and save a little bit of money on taxes now and worry about tax efficiency later. And not necessarily like later when we're debt free in a few years. Focus more on like how can we be the most tax efficient possible. But for right now, I feel like just paying less in taxes and really freeing up more money to pay off debt, but still getting a good chunk into investing for retirement, like, really just makes more sense. So it was a really long explanation, but I feel like it was an important one. So for all those reasons, we're going with the 401k for now. Like I said, this is a stretch goal for our income. So hopefully we can keep those deductions at $788 per paycheck, which is what we need to do and what we did this month to get us to that $20,500 for the year. We might have to cut back 1 or 2 months. We'll see. But we're just going to do our best each month, take it as it comes, and see how much we can get into that 401k this year, and hopefully minimize the amount of work I have to do, because if we have to change anything with my husband's 401k, that's him logging on to ADP. I don't have to do it. So anyway, we are sticking with the 401k this year. We'll see how that goes. If we have a great income year, maybe we can do both, and I can also put some money in my Roth IRA. That would be amazing. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And then this month we put $605 into an after-tax brokerage account. So like the Roth IRA, this is an after-tax account, but unlike the Roth IRA, it's not a retirement account. So you do pay taxes now on dividends and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a slightly different account, but this is an account that we are going to be using when we retire early, because you can't withdraw from most retirement accounts until a certain age. And so if you retire early, it's nice to have money in an after-tax brokerage account. So yeah, I had a lot of referrals this month for M1 Finance, and then I had one Acorns referral. So M1 Finance and Acorns are both investing platforms. I've talked about both of them a lot on here. M1 Finance does have a promotion right now where if you open an account using my link, you get $50 and I also get $50. And then Acorns has their promotion where if you open an account with them, you get $5 and I also get $5 if you use my link. So I did get 12 referrals for M1 Finance last month, which was really exciting, and one Acorns referral. So I got $605 in referrals from you guys signing up for accounts. So if that was you, thank you so much, and I'm excited for you to invest along with me. So yeah, that was all that money that went into the different investment accounts. And then I actually think I put $25 or $50 of my own spending money into Fidelity. I'll have to go back and look. I'm pretty sure that I did, so I need to update these numbers. But anyway, so we had budgeted $4,500 for this goal for the year, and so we are 13% of the way to that goal. So overall, we put $2,181 to investing this month on a goal of $25,000. So we are 9% overall on the way to our investing goal for the year. Now it's tough because when we look at the debt section, you'll see extra payments we made on our debt was only $20 this month. And if we didn't invest anything for retirement, we could have put an extra almost $2,200 to debt payoff. And it's really hard not to put that money towards debt payoff when we're in so much debt and we're trying to do this rapid debt payoff. And the first little bit of this year is slower for our debt payoff just because of how our budget's working out. So it definitely takes a lot of discipline to stick to that, because I would love to just put all that money to debt and not worry about investing for the future. But my husband and I are both turning 35 this year, and we are also somewhat behind on our retirement savings. And so we just don't feel comfortable at this point not putting at least 15% of our money or close to 15% of our money to retirement during the year while we're paying off our debt. If we were younger, if we were in our mid-20s or even late 20s or even early 30s, we may feel a little more comfortable with that. But because we are turning 35, I just don't want to wait anymore. And so we decided, last year that we would start putting 15% towards retirement, which we did last year on year 2 of our debt-free journey, and this is year 3 of our debt-free journey, and we are doing that again. So it is a little bit like bittersweet to do that, because I know future me will be really happy that we made that decision, but like current me right now really wants to get this debt paid off as quickly as possible. Okay, so with all that said, let's take a look at the debt. Even though we only paid minimum payments, we did still pay a lot of money to debt this month. So for my husband's student loan, we paid $830. For mine, we paid $1,882. And then, like I said, we did a $20 extra payment. So that was total payments of $2,732. And so we have a goal of paying $38,000 towards debt this year, which will hopefully get $30,000 of debt paid off. And I'm projecting about $8,000 will be going towards interest. And so currently we are at 7% of our way to our goal. So we're like a little bit behind for the year, but pretty close. We just need to pay an extra $5,456 to debt this year, and we're gonna have some bigger income months towards the end of the year. So we're probably gonna see like huge progress on that goal towards the end of 2022. We may have a month where we're paying like $2,000 or $3,000 extra in one month, and then the other months are just gonna be kind of like $100 here, $50 here, $20 here. So that's how I'm predicting it'll pan out. Maybe it'll be better than that, but that's kind of like worst case scenario right now, I think, is that's how it's gonna go. And then for expenses, so we put $6,585 towards expenses and $3,041 towards taxes this year. And our goals for expenses are $62,000 for expenses and $55,000 for taxes. So I think I may have underestimated how much our expenses are gonna be and overestimated our taxes. Also, we adjusted some of our tax withholdings, and when we do our taxes this year, I need to talk to the accountant and just see like, are the withholdings right based on our new income level? Things have changed a lot income-wise from last year to this year, and like me having my own business versus working for an employer and getting W-2 income. So yeah, we'll have to kind of like be a little bit flexible with that. But right now we are on track for total expenses because they averaged out to 8% of goal completed. For the expenses goal, we want to be under if possible. So we've budgeted $117,000 for the year for expenses, which includes taxes and health insurance and everything like that. And then of course like mortgage and groceries and everything. We're on track for the year. We'll see how that goes. We'll keep an eye on that as well. And then finally, we set a goal of sending at least 35% of our gross income to financial goals this year. So towards investing in debt payoff, and then 65% or less towards everything else. So this month we were very close to hitting that. We put 34% of our gross income towards investing and debt payoff and 66% towards expenses. So that is it for this month's update. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. I'm excited to take you along the journey as we go through the year. This is year 2 that I am tracking all this with this spreadsheet and sharing it with you guys. So it's really fun to be starting a new year and looking at fresh goals and just feeling like re-energized and motivated towards all our financial goals. So like I said before, if you like the spreadsheet, you can purchase it in my Etsy shop. It comes by itself, or you can get it in a bundle with my debt payoff spreadsheet and my budget spreadsheet. I'll link all that in the video description below. And if you like this video, as always, give it a big thumbs up because that really helps on my channel. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, then hit that red subscribe button down there. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!